A top AEW star was injured last night on Dynamite. Plus, we have a major update on the WrestleMania 41 card and more names announced for the WWE Hall of Fame. It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling News right now. Injury concern for one of the Death Riders last night following a match between Swerve Strickland and War Geordie Pac. What happened, Andrew?
Well, the match appeared to end early following an injury, seemingly sustained to Pac from a buckle bomb. It looked like he landed quite sort of like high up on sort of the roundabout the neck area, and then his legs kind of slammed down a little bit. Swerve landed the move, and Pac immediately began favouring his right foot. Pac struggled to put weight on it, and the match suddenly slowed down. Pac rolled out to the outside of the ring, and he got his foot checked out as well at ringside as Swerve waited in the ring. Then the match ended pretty quickly as well. Pac got back into the ring, and then Swerve hit a super kick and a Swerve stomp to end the match. 1, 2, 3. At the end of the show, when the Death Riders as well battled with Samoa Joe and Hook, Pac was nowhere to be seen, unfortunately.
Yeah, when that buckle bomb hit, I kind of saw his head sort of bounce backwards. I thought, oh no, that looks bad. But then when he started like holding his leg and holding his foot, I thought, oh no, that's not the normal injury you sell off a buckle bomb.
No.
And as soon as he got back, there was a long period of time where Pac was outside of the ring and they were focusing on Swerve in the ring, and Pac got back into the ring and you knew something was up. He hobbled like maybe 1 or 2 steps and then just absorbed that kick and then went down for the 3. Now this could, now everybody was going, is this an injury? Is this a work? And Fightful's Sean Ross Sapp has said this is very much an injury. Don't know the severity of this yet, but it could potentially be a third blow injury-wise in as many years for Pac. He was out of action for 3 months in 2023 as a result of a nose injury. He had an undisclosed injury that took him out for the rest of 2023, as well as part of 2024. So just as he feels like kind of there's some momentum building, an injury in 2025 for Pac now.
Which sucks, and it just comes along with all these other injuries that have happened in the company at the moment. I think Tony Khan even called it himself. He said, what did he say? He called it an injury bug. It's stricken, as we've seen. Lots of people at the moment who have started to get some momentum. And some people as well who've also only not long come back from injury too. All this sort of like happening not long after they've come back from injury and then sustain another injury. But for Pac, it sucks very, very much because, as you said, it feels like we only just get him back and then sort of something else happens and could potentially take him out of action for a little while again.
AEW continuing to be snake bit. Of course, when we know more about the injury status of Pac, we'll let you know more at cultaholic.com. Next weekend is WrestleMania, and the wrestling world beginning to descend upon Las Vegas over the next couple of days. An entire week of wrestling action taking place. I had a lovely chat before I got here today with Paul Walter Hauser.
Oh!
From off of Cobra Kai.
That's
that
very
time.
cool.
Yeah, so Paul Walter Hauser is making his Progress Wrestling debut next week, challenging for the Proteus Championship. So we had a chat about that. Obviously, he's worked with MLW recently, and he lets me in on which Hollywood glitterati are closet wrestling fans.
Oh, that's quite exciting.
There is one major Hollywood name that keeps WhatsApping Paul Walter Hauser Macho Man Randy Savage promos.
Oh.
You'll find out who later on today on the Cultaholic Wrestling News podcast feed. But of course, the center stage for the week is going to be the Saturday and Sunday as WrestleMania 41 gets underway. Nights have now been allocated for some of the Mania 41 matches. This was proved on a commemorative t-shirt.
Yes, so Saturday, April 19th will feature Gunther versus Jey Uso for the world title and Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair for the WWE women's title as well. It was already announced that CM Punk, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns will headline night 1. And then the next night, Sunday, April 20th, we'll see the women's world title triple threat take place between Io Sky, Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. The undisputed WWE title match as well between Cody Rhodes and John Cena, already confirmed for night 2, but that got a lovely t-shirt as well.
Yes, it did. Now, the Uso-Gunter match, do we open Mania with it?
I think so.
Do we have a world title go on first and have, like, and I don't know, people may have differing opinions on this. Maybe we have Jey Uso beat Gunther and become world champion in the first match of Mania 41.
I mean, what a way to kick off everything as well. Well, people will either be very happy or very upset about that, to be honest.
There will be an opinion on it, nonetheless. Now, obviously, that only accounts for just a couple of the matches for WrestleMania. Lots with the days TBA, and we're going to see that sort of come into play over the next couple of days. According to WrestleVotes on Backstage Pass, we still haven't had all the WrestleMania match announcements yet, despite the fact we are just over a week away. WrestleVotes confirmed on Backstage Pass that they're looking at a total of possibly 15 matches, with 8 on night 1 and 7 on night 2. So if I'm right in thinking, my quick maths, there's 11 confirmed so far. So there's a few more TBA.
Which sort of lines up, I think, with how the WrestleMania structure has been for the last few years as well, but round about 7 matches each night. I do believe, I could be wrong about that.
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. But that's that's still, 4 more matches to be announced in somewhat of a short space of time, I guess, because we've only got, we got Friday night, we got SmackDown, and then, we've got 2 SmackDowns and 1 Raw, I guess.
So in terms of what will be announced, obviously we've got the women's tag title top contenders gauntlet taking place.
Oh, yes.
I could see Bayley and Lyra Valkyria winning that as a way of getting the women's IC title on the show.
Yeah,
I know. It would nice to have had like a more of a focal point for that title, but I think that might be how they do it. So I think there's still a few other pieces to be put into place. I think Chelsea Green is still without an opponent for the women's US title.
God, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's still a few pieces still to fall into place. And amongst all the action of WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2, there is the Hall of Fame. And yesterday, 3 more names were announced for the WWE Hall of Fame in the form of Ivan Koloff, Dory Funk Jr., and the Ugandan giant Kamala. Andrew, tell us about these 3 inductions.
I sure will. This comes from the press release saying, known as the Ugandan giant, Kamala was one of WWE's most memorable superstars with his intimidating war paint and unpredictable style inside the ring. Kamala battled the likes of Hulk Hogan and Undertaker as a feared villain, then later endeared himself to the WWE Universe with a lovable innocence that showed the true heart of Jim Harris and gentle giants under Kamala's mask.
He also became a blues singer. Released a blues album.
No way. I did not know that. I'm going to check that out later.
One of my favourite moments that kind of goes under the line when it comes to Kamala stuff. He had, he had a few with the Undertaker where he was scared of caskets and they have to cut him out, and he looks terrified as he's in there. But there was the WrestleMania X7 gimmick battle royal. But beforehand, you had Kamala burst into Regal's office and just stand on Regal's desk, insisting that Regal to pat the moons on his belly. It's good times. Kamala was a real violent character in some parts of the wrestling world. Oh, yeah. But a low one in other parts as well. Tell us about Dory Funk Sr.
Well, the patriarch of the famed Funk family, Dory Funk Sr. was a skilled amateur wrestler and World War II veteran who played a vital role in wrestling history as both a performer and a promoter. With his Western States sports organization in Amarillo, Texas, Funk championed some of the toughest men in the ring. Some of the toughest men the ring has ever seen, including Bruiser Brody, Harley Race, and Funk's equally legendary sons, Dory Jr. and Terry, all of whom will join he will join in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so awesome. I accidentally did say Dory Funk Jr. when I announced the start of this segment. It is Dory Funk Sr. You rightly said it. My heart bleeds for anybody that's already actually'd me in the comments. You might have to go back now because I'm correcting it here. Sorry about that.
Ya.
But good to see the patriarch of the Funks getting in the Hall of Fame.
Well deserved as well. I think it was only just a matter of time before that would happen as well. And finally, we have the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff. He's entering the WWE Hall of Fame as one of WWE's most unforgettable villains. Koloff made global headlines when he dethroned WWE Hall of Famer Bruno Sammartino inside Madison Square Garden on January 18th, 1971, ending Bruno's legendary 7-year WWE title reign and one of the most unforgettable nights in WWE WWE history. Just that's an incredible 3 people there that I'm surprised already haven't been inducted to the Hall of Fame, but like it's a stacked one this year.
It really is.
Sure.
They joined the class of 2025 that includes Triple H, Lex Luger, Michelle McCool, and the Natural Disasters, as well as the WrestleMania 13 match between Bret Hart and Steve Austin. Love the fact they're inducting actual matches into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I can't wait to see in the next few years what we're gonna get.
Yeah, the ceremony takes place at the Fontainebleau in Las Vegas the Friday before WrestleMania. So we're all geared up for it. Obviously, we'll have live reactions, your 9 pitches, your predictions, what happened. Are you ready for no sleep next week, Andrew Hodkinson?
It does not it's crept up all of a sudden. It feels weird, Mania being a lot later in the month of April, but I am very, very excited for it. I can't wait.
Like Pancake Day, it's crept up, and it's crept up on all of us here at Cultaholic. We can't wait to talk Mania with you all throughout next week, and of course, for the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out cultaholic.com. Kiss, kiss.
I love you. Bye.